That night, for the first time ever, I experienced what real fear was. His actions penetrated my mind, my body, and my soul. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, I was raped. A huge part of me had died, and the rest just wanted to follow. My world fell apart. Unable to sleep, I felt like the walking dead.
Sexual violence is a serious issue that we all are affected by. Even though it doesn't happen to the majority of people, it happens to 1 in 4 people. Unfortunately, when someone has been raped and they haven't managed to get away, or they're being abused, especially over a long period of time, they can constantly be in a state of fear. It can easily trigger back into terror. So you're constantly afraid. The cases in the media are the man who jumped out of the bushes, the weird paedophile. Vast majority of people know their perpetrator. People think the perpetrator is the other, is that person who's not me and nothing to do with me. It's not someone who looks like me. It's not someone in my family. It's not my neighbour. And unfortunately it is. Obviously, to gain access to victims, you can much more easily gain access to somebody if you know them, if you somehow gain their trust, and that allows also the abuse to go on for a longer time. One of the worst feelings that survivors of sexual violence can feel, that they're totally isolated, they're totally alone, they've nowhere to turn to. In society, we blame people for drinking, for walking alone, for wearing a short skirt, for being with someone they shouldn't have been. Under no circumstances is it ever their fault. The person did not choose to be raped or be abused. Nobody chooses to be raped or abused. Often perpetrators are getting away with this because they can. So the victims are actually seen nearly to blame. We need to put the blame on the perpetrators. They are choosing to carry out these crimes. Most people still don't speak out. Often people don't have the words to put on it what happened to them, because, well, it wasn't a stranger who did this. It was someone I know. So is that really rape? Is it really abuse? People often don't feel they're going to be believed, and often they aren't, unfortunately. Our model is very much that of empowerment, of getting people back their power, the power that's been taken away from them by the perpetrator. The more society supports survivors, the more they will come forward for help.
It is a long personal journey to recovery, but I know that there is someone I can trust, someone I can talk to.